Hey there, people. It's your boy, Lawrence, by myself, so you know the videos of lower quality than usual. Hi, I am a depressed teenager. Well, we'll get to that. Um, and so basically, this is more a personal story than a here's how to deal with depression and anxiety video. So I've been dealing with depression for years. I'm not sure how many. I honestly lost track. It started elementary school. That's probably the best point to start. I, up to about first grade, I was a very friendly kid. I was a nice kid. I wanted to make friends with everybody, according to my parents. I honestly don't remember like most of my early childhood. I was a large guy, gentle giant, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, here's where the story starts going downhill. First grade, I had a teacher who constantly berated me and, well, everybody else. And here's the thing, I was a kid with ADHD. I was constantly hyper, and it was hell for the teachers, especially my first grade teacher, who obviously didn't have any experience with kids, and was definitely not qualified to work with kids. Anyways, so that started the downward spiral. It began, I don't know when it began, but I'll just skim over a lot of elementary school. The kids had a habit of goading me, or there's a fly that flies around this room pretty much every time we record, and it pisses me off. So basically, they would the kids would goad me, or whatever word you want to use. Basically, they'd kind of incite me to do things. And they'd piss me off, and I'd react with violence because I was, the biggest kid. You gotta use your muscle if you have it. And that was my ideology, and it wasn't a good one because you know what happened? Oh, wait, I'm talking to a camera. I can't ask you what happened because I can't hear your response. Anyways, I would get blamed because, biggest kid equals bully, obviously. So this happened constantly. I was blamed constantly. The teachers blamed me. Everybody blamed me. And so that affected me really deeply. And so you know what? I part of the time I didn't want to even go out to recess because I knew that somebody would throw a basketball at my head a bunch of times, and then the second I threw it back, I got in trouble for hitting the kid and bullying them. It's just how it works when you're super tall. And you know, when I tell somebody I was bullied as a kid, obviously they disbelieve me because this massive kid got bullied in elementary school. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it happened, and it sucked, honestly, and it permanently hurt me. Permanently, it very deeply affected me because you know what? If I get blamed for responding to people bullying me with teachers blaming me, taking away my recess, yelling at me, it's not good for a kid. And so, I I became a lot more cynical, honestly. I only had a couple friends at that point because some unrelated stuff, but anyways, I came out of sixth grade into middle school a mess, honestly. I was a mess of a person, and it was hell. It was absolute hell. I mean, the school I was going to was nice, but this kid who's just a ball of anger and sadness and like this hardcore distaste for humans, it's going to be an interesting seventh grade, needless to say. And so basically, I I tried. I tried to make friends, and I did for the most part. I had people I hung out with, so that's cool. I tried to find people I could closely connect with because I craved connection because, all my friends had started disappearing towards the end of sixth grade, or not till the end of sixth grade, towards the end of elementary school in general. I had less and less friends, so that sucked, and that resulted in me being in a huge string of relationships, and being the reason most of those ended didn't help me much either, because I was, oof. Simply put, folks, I was asshole. I was an asshole. I suffered through middle school, and it was awful. High school comes. I continue having a bad time. And then comes 10th grade, the end of 10th grade, more specifically. I changed a lot towards that era. I had come out of a relationship, and I was still trying to reconnect with that person. And I would do pretty much anything they said, which, oh my God, this is weird to talk about. And you know what? I realized something after I did something for them, and then they told me that it was not good. I realized at that point that I could live for myself and not just to make everybody else happy, which I have been doing for a long time. A lot changed about me around that time. I started realizing things that I had overlooked. I also decided to try to engage somebody in a relationship. Yeah, I talk a lot about relationships. It's weird. But it actually connects to this, I promise. I was, so a little bit through summer, I was still trying to figure myself out, and I ended up in a relationship. This person helped me. They were great, honestly. I stopped taking my meds. No doctor, no talking to my doctor, no talking to my parents. I just stopped them. Because you know what? I was feeling great. I was feeling absolutely great. And still am. Even though it's been, what, months? Like, I don't know. It's been at least a month, I think. And even though that relationship ended, I'm doing fine. I have somehow, against all the odds, I've pulled myself out of my depression. Well, not myself. I've had help. And here's the thing. I want to say this, and I know it puts a whole damper on this, story of success. I can't guarantee something like this will happen for you. If you're a teenager watching this and you're severely depressed, I can't say this is going to happen exactly like this for you. I can't. I'll be honest with you. It sucks to say that, but there is a chance, albeit, a horrible thing to imagine, that you could possibly feel like this for the rest of your life. I'm not saying something like this won't happen to you. It can. What happened to me can be achieved through what happened to me. Basically, factors in your life changing. You realizing things, you doing things, or I don't know, it could be a combination of treatments that help you. I don't know. I'm not you. At this day and age, this relationship just ended like literally 2 days ago. I'm doing great. Well, kind of a lie. I'm managing. I'll say that. But you know what? I hung out with my friends for 2 days. I was doing, great. I haven't relapsed back into my depression. I can't say that I won't. That's the thing, folks. Life can change. It will change. Actually, it's guaranteed to change. And sometimes it changes for the better, sometimes it changes for the worse. I was very, 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 very lucky. I make it sound like it's impossible. No, I was lucky I'm very glad my life changed for the better. I'm glad I was able to more or less separate myself from my depression. I wanted to share my story, at least. Also, I couldn't think of a better video idea. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wanted to make this for a long time. A personal, a video about the flies are back. No, leave me alone. I'm trying to tell my depression story. Thanks. All right, folks. It's enough rambling from me. If you enjoyed this video, appreciate if you, gave the channel some support, leaving a like. My mom tells me every time we get a like, or well, she tells me when we get likes. And if you are interested in this kind of content, subscribe. And in that case, my mother tells me every time we get a new subscriber. If you didn't like it, dislike it, man. Just, if you wanted to say something in response to this, if you want to say something, criticizing us or supporting us or anything in between, go ahead and leave a comment. All right, folks. Have a nice day.